The command echoed in Commander Ryan Corsair's mind, a surreal ultimatum defying all probability: marry the alien princess or die. But before he could process the absurdity of his future, he had to survive the present. The stellar wind screamed, a dying mechanical beast plummeting toward the violet swirls of Thyra Prime. Alarms shrieked a symphony of failure. It is the spacer's peculiar tragedy that the most beautiful vistas are often the ones rushing up to kill you. The forbidden moon filled the viewport, a bruise of purple clouds and bioluminescent storms, before the world dissolved into the violence of impact. Silence followed, heavy with the taste of copper. Ryan dragged himself from the smoking wreckage into a forest that pulsed with alien phosphorescence. It was a cathedral of strange biology, where trees glowed with internal fire. He barely had time to appreciate the irony of survival before 6 armored figures materialized from the shadows. Valkyran soldiers. They moved like smoke, armor drinking the light. Ryan fought, a desperate, kinetic flurry of Barum brawling against ancient martial discipline, but the math was against him. He took down 3, a testament to human stubbornness, before darkness took him via a heavy rifle butt. He awoke to obsidian floors and the weight of history pressing down on him. The throne room of the Valkyran Dominion was designed to diminish the individual, a cavern of dark crystal and spiraling columns. Queen Xanther sat upon the dais, an emerald-skinned deity radiating power and ancient calculation. Her proposition was blunt: the Valkyran bloodline was stagnant, choking on its own purity after centuries of isolation. She needed genetic chaos. She needed resilience. She needed a human. "You will marry my daughter," Xanther commanded, her golden eyes dissecting him, "and you will give me strong grandchildren." Enter Princess Sarana. She stepped from the shadows, not the monster he expected, but a creature of sharp intelligence and spring-green softness. She had chosen him because, in the face of death and imprisonment, he had merely asked for lunch. It takes a specific madness to be mundane in the face of terror. Apparently, she found that refreshing. Ryan, however, was not one to fold. Standing before a court that viewed him as talking livestock, he set his terms. He demanded proof that his crew, Mira Vasquez and old Eli Chen, were alive. He demanded freedom of movement. And most audaciously, he demanded time. He would not be bred like cattle. He would court the princess. Lord Cavros, a noble whose disdain for humanity was matched only by his ambition, scoffed at the insolence. But the queen, amused by the novelty of defiance, agreed. Thus began the strangest romance in the sector. Under the clinical supervision of Lady Thessaly, who viewed his biology with the wonder of a child finding a new insect, he endured medical probes that felt like invasions of privacy. But the real work happened in the Crystal Gardens. Amidst singing fountains, Ryan and Sarana dismantled the walls between them. She showed him the tragedy of her people, a race slowly fading, their longevity a curse of decay. He showed her that humor was a shield. They walked through the holographic archives, the memory walk, revealing that even empires bleed. It is often in the quiet moments between storms that the strongest roots take hold. But peace is fragile in a court built on power. Lord Cavros, seeing his path to the throne blocked by this mongrel alliance, made his move. The palace shattered under the roar of explosions. Red alarms bathed ancient corridors in bloodlight. A coup. Ryan and Sarana ran toward the fire. They found Queen Xanther in the ruins, a warrior queen holding back the rebellion. The battle was chaotic, a visceral blur of energy, fire, and shattering glass. Ryan fought back-to-back with the princess, their movements synchronizing in the heat of survival, but they were outnumbered. As Cavros moved to deliver the final blow, the doors exploded inward. Captain Mira Vasquez arrived with the cavalry, freed by Lady Thessaly. The tide turned, leaving Cavros cornered. He spat venom about purity, lunging with desperate hate, but Sarana silenced him with a single, decisive thrust of her blade. "I choose him," she declared over the fallen lord. It wasn't just a rejection of the coup, it was an acceptance of the future. In the aftermath, as artificial dawn broke over the Crystal City, Ryan stood on the balcony with his betrothed. The coup was crushed, his crew was safe, and his life as a cargo hauler was over. He looked at Sarana and realized the cage he feared had become a sanctuary. "Refreshing," she whispered, kissing him, a taste of starlight and copper. He had crashed expecting death. Instead, he found a dynasty to save. As the sun rose, painting the alien world in hues of hope, Ryan Corsair smiled. He could work with this.